A study conducted in the year 2009 by lead researcher Susan Fisk, a psychologist at Princeton University. Fisk and colleagues showed 21 male volunteers pictures of scantily dressed women, and they monitored their brain activity. The study focused on a region of the brain called the medial prefrontal cortex, just above the eyes, which when activated seems to dampen a man's tendency to express hostile sexist thoughts about women. Fisk and colleagues asked 21 heterosexual male volunteers to first take a test that scores people based on different types of sexist attitudes. Questionnaires to determine whether they harbor benevolent sexism, which includes a belief that a woman's place is in the home, or hostile sexism, a more adversarial viewpoint which includes a belief that women attempt to dominate men. The subjects were then shown pictures of both skimpily dressed and fully clothed men and women. The scientists also used sexualized images, where the head of each semi-naked photograph was cut off, so that only the torso was visible. The men were then given memory tests on what they had remembered about each image, with and without the heads. Brain scans revealed that the region of the brain associated with tool use lights up. And the really shocking finding is that the men who scored highest on hostile sexism, those who view women as controlling and invaders of male space, didn't show brain activity that indicates they saw the women in bikinis as humans with thoughts and intentions, because they showed no activity in the part of the brain that usually responds when a person ponders another's intentions. This means that these men see those women as sexually inviting, but they're not thinking about their minds. Fisk said the lack of activation in this social cognition area is really odd, because it hardly ever happens. Scientists have seen this absence of activation only once before, in a study where people were shown off-putting photographs of homeless people and drug addicts. Fisk also noted that most men best remembered headless photographs of women in bikinis, even if they'd only seen this picture for 0.2 of a second. Men were also more likely to associate images of sexualized women with first-person action verbs, such as I push, I grab, I handle, instead of the third-person forms such as she pushes, she handles, she grabs. They associated fully clothed women, on the other hand, with the third-person forms, indicating these women were perceived as in control of their own actions. This is just the first study which focused on the idea that men of a certain age view sex as a highly desirable goal, and if you present them with a provocative woman, then that will tend to prime goal-related responses. Although consistent with conventional wisdom, the way that men may depersonalize sexual images of women is not entirely something that they control. They're not fully conscious responses, and so people don't really know the extent to which they're being influenced. So it's safe to say that it doesn't matter how sophisticated a man really is, he's still going to view that woman who presents herself in that way as an object. The broader purpose of the research was to explore circumstances under which people treat one another as a means to an end. The suggestion might be that there is some hardwiring there that can interfere with the average man's ability to interact on deeper levels with really hot-looking stranger women in bikinis. This study looked specifically at men and did not test women's responses to similar images. Women may also depersonalize men in certain situations, but published research on the subject has not been done. Experts say evolutionary psychology would theorize that men view women as objects in terms of their youth and apparent fertility, while women might view men as instrumental in terms of their status. Fisk also said the findings have wider implications for society because they have shown how sexualized images in the media and in advertising can dehumanize women by encouraging men to think of them in terms of objects to be acted upon. Only in modern times have women decided to be showing more and more skin is freedom, or that posting bikini photos on social media is liberating. I can't help but wonder who convinced them of that, and most importantly, how rich and powerful are they getting now that women have been convinced of that? Have you ever wondered why women in the business world wear suits? Of course, because men dress like that and men dominate the business world. Men by default offer brains, not skin. So if a woman wants to be taken seriously, she would have to eliminate that sexual side of her completely from the beginning. And a suit suggests that she has brains and that she only wants to be judged by that. Of course, there are women who get their way in the business world by showing that side and even promoting it. But there is no respect for that woman no matter how much she tries and how much she demands it. But that's another video and another study. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel to watch more of my videos. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.